All right, last country we want to talk about China.
Yeah.
This is the big one. This is the existential struggle. It's economic, it's diplomatic, it's geopolitical, it's cyber war, it's everything. Military. Megan, how are you feeling about President Scott Bessent's going to have some meetings. The president's going to meet with Xi, but it's not going to be climactic. How are you feeling about the Team Trump's kind of strategic vision for besting China in this process?
I think China has us over a barrel right now. Even everything from like the soybean farmers to TikTok, which I personally like TikTok, so it probably makes me a big hypocrite. But they have so many tentacles in our country in so many different ways, and I don't understand. And I believe there's like a bunch of people in Congress that have tried to present this as a bill. Like, why is China allowed to buy our farmland?
Yeah.
At all?
Yeah.
Why in any context whatsoever? I have very serious questions about that. I don't understand how it's in any way legal or ethical. We give them too much rope. I have very serious questions about spies coming into the country, about their kind of like what they are doing in all facets of our country when it comes to, like I said, the youth on TikTok to our farmland to everything else. So I'm not overly impressed with any kind of anything that we have done in regards to China, but I far from, evolved enough to know what the answer is, but I think right now they're winning.
Ben?
I actually disagree with Megan on this one, and only because I think that China has been so tight with how good they're claiming things are. One of the things, I have a family member that has a company, and they manufacture heavily in China, and they are moving so much of their manufacturing now to Vietnam and to other countries because they just cannot depend now on China from a manufacturing standpoint. I think COVID hurt them in that, number one. I now think what you're witnessing is if you're in a manufacturer in Europe or America and all your eggs are in that basket, you're also having a hard time with capital. You're having a hard time with banks lending. That's one of the quiet things that's not been talked about enough. And private equity are now really saying, hey, we aren't excited about being in companies that are all in China because it can get shut down in a moment or another COVID happens. So we want diversification. That is hurting manufacturing in China in a significant way. And I actually believe that the longer this kind of drags out with the tariff war, the more it is actually offloading China into other countries and giving other countries stability. Vietnam is an unbelievable example of this. They are building right now manufacturing like they've never seen before.